Mauricio Pochettino has been sacked and told he will be leaving at the end of the season. This is the second time in a matter of 6 weeks that this has been confirmed by some of the most credible outlets from France. We're going to delve into it. What does it mean from a Man United point of view? Maybe even a Tottenham one as well. Hit that like button. Leave your comments below. But Mauricio Pochettino has been told again by Paris Saint-Germain that he will not be kept on at the end of the season. Hit the like and share button. Let's go, people. Roman Molina, one of the most recognizable journalists over the past 12 months, of course, famous, absolutely famous for hosting a space with hundreds of thousands of listeners, revealing some of the darker goings on within football, some of which have transpired since his interview, and we're pretty sure to see more and more of them come out. He has told us that Kylian Mbappe, Nasser Al-Khelaifi, the president and chief executive officer of Paris Saint-Germain, Mauricio Pochettino, and Leonardo, the sporting director, will all leave Paris Saint-Germain. Every single one of them has been told they will leave. Every single one of them has been told they are gone, will be gone at the end of the season. Well, Kylian Mbappe, we know, of course, is running his contract down. He's going to leave for free. So you can separate him. He isn't being sacked. I don't really know about the chief executive and his situation, as it were. I think I might have called him Khalifa. I don't think that's his surname. I think that person works in a different industry, right? But these are live. We don't edit these. These are just live. But Mauricio Pochettino and Leonardo, them both leaving, doesn't surprise me one little bit. As we said, we got cooked on here about 5-6 weeks ago now when we run with a story from Le Parisien, another highly credible French outlet, who claimed, this is the English version of that story from Dan Coombs, but that claimed that Man United target Pochettino will leave PSG in the summer. He says that United's path has been cleared. The French newspaper reports that Paris Saint-Germain and Poch will part ways at the end of the season. And when you actually read through their article and have it digested, they've essentially said that the owners of the club, the board of the club, have told Poch it doesn't matter what he does, he was always going to go. And I got into this argument with a lot of people. It's just a stay of execution, but you're sacked. If your boss comes up to you today at work and says, listen, James, you can work the rest of the month, or you can work the rest of this financial quarter, but at the end of that time period, irrespective of your performance, the sales you bring in, the people that like you, we are letting you go. You've been sacked. You can paint it up any which way you want. You can twist it any way, shape, or form. Yeah, but he's still here for now. He's still currently the... I don't care. Sacked. Poch is gone as a PSG manager. This is another highly credible source who isn't out here clout chasing, isn't out here. It's my point about Le Parisien. It's my point about Molina. These guys ain't out here every single day dropping big transfer news like they know everything that's going on all around the world. They are so specific with the clubs and people they speak about with authority. I tend to believe that the information they get is coming from a credible source. Things don't always work out how you plan, especially with transfers. Things change every single minute, especially during transfer window. But it's obvious that he's going to go. My personal opinion I'll get onto later about him as a manager. At PSG, they need to have this overhaul. They need a new chief executive. They need a new sporting director. They need a new manager. The culture at that football club is absolutely poisonous. There isn't no culture. The culture is terrible. Well, there is, but it's bad. There is a culture. It's a bad culture. On top of that, there is no structure to the football club. This makes it impossible to develop a winning mentality. Now people go, oh, they've got winners in their team, Terry. Mbappe, he's won a World Cup. They win their league nearly all the time. That doesn't necessarily dictate winning mentality. Winning mentality is the way you fight and push, how you strive through. There's a quote, Rocky, it's not about how hard you can hit, because PSG can smack you in your mush very hard. It's about how many times you can get hit and keep moving forward. And PSG can't do that. As soon as they start taking knocks, as soon as their jaw gets tested, they get a yellow belly and they cowered their way out of it. Cowered their way out every single time. And it's why the appointment of Mauricio Pochettino for me was a mistake, because I think he's a yellow belly as well. I think when the going gets very, very tough, or the expectation hits the top, I believe he will more times than not fold. If he played in 10 major finals with one of the best teams in the world, I believe he loses 8 or 9 of them. I truly believe that. And a lot of people will look at this. The stories are already circulating across many media outlets that Manchester United are interested in him. And I said this way back when we covered this story, as you can see there on the 2nd of February this year. We covered this exact story. And I stand by my statement there. He's been sacked by the board. This is just a reiteration from Molina of the same story. But just as they were saying on the 2nd of February, they're speaking about it again now, that Man United are going to look to appoint. He's still deemed the favourite by many people on the Man United board. And this, in my view, could be a colossal, gargantuan mistake. He is not of the quality that Man United need. And people will confuse quality. Some of you are doing it right now. Some of you have stopped listening to what I've said, because you'll be like, but he plays better football than Mourinho did. He plays better football than Oli did. He's definitely a better manager than Ralph Rangnick. They're not the measuring stick for Man United. And the style of football and how it looks is secondary to the most important bit, having the mentality to get over the line. I want our football to look spectacular. I want it to be splendid. I want teams, rivals, to look at it and go, wow, that is very good. Fair play. But if you have that, but not the minerals, not the mentality, not the culture, not the appetite to push through those tough times to get those extra inches needed to win the titles, to get to the finals, to win the clutch and crunch games, it's all for nothing. It is just all fur coat and no knickers. It's like buying an expensive car, but not being able to afford to drive it or insure it. Just sits on the drive and looks nice. People do weird stuff like that. I've got a friend, he bought a Range Rover, but he can't afford to drive it. It's too expensive. Weird, right? Just wants to have it to look. I don't know. I don't even get why he bought it. There are people out there like that, strange individuals. And that is what Poch will be at Man United. And in the short term, the football will look better. We'll all get excited and invariably become disappointed. The problem with the Poch is that you'll actually prolong the inevitability of not winning even longer, because his football will paper over cracks. And it will be better, and there'll be days where I'm entertained. There'll be days when I'll cheer and celebrate. But in the cold, hard light of day, he isn't going to get over that line. He's struggling at PSG to even get them to play well in games. And I'm not even talking across the board. And I'm not even talking in Europe when he goes up against the best of the best. He struggled at times domestically in cup competitions. He didn't win the league last year. With a squad as stacked as he ain't going to have a squad like that at Man United. He's not going to have a team like that at Man United. And we have ego problems. We have cultural problems as well before anybody starts on that one. But we will see more connections to him in the coming days as Man United fans. He'll be connected to the club more and more. There'll be more and more talk about him coming in. But I do want your thoughts. Now, that's mine. He's gone at PSG. And I'll say it again for everybody in the back, because I know there'll be people commenting again, clickbait. It's not clickbait. Molina and Le Parisien are two of the most credible outlets on the planet. And in the space of 6 weeks, they have both reported with authority that this is going to happen. They've both reported on it. And is it really? It's the worst kept secret in the world. It's going to happen. He's gone. He has a stay of execution until the end of the season, which is pretty standard. He'll just win. He'll win his league now, which he's pretty much guaranteed to do, and then he'll go. Will it be Man United? Will it even be back to Tottenham? A lot of Spurs fans are speaking about, maybe if Conte leaves, Daniel Levy might swoop in and try. I want to know what you think and feel, people. Make sure you're smashing that like and share button as well. Very, very important to hear us at Terrace that you do that. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you soon. Thank you.